Not merely a broadcast you have stumbled upon by accident, it is a spiritual decree issued for this precise coordinate in your timeline. February 10th marks a point of inflection, a fold in the fabric of your reality that you have felt in your bones but have likely struggled to articulate. Think back to just 3 days ago. In the heavy silence of your room, you made a decision that was completely invisible to the human eye. To the outside world, nothing happened. You simply sat there. But to the celestial courts, it was a seismic event. You did not give up when logic, reason, and your current circumstances gave you every permission to walk away. That act of silent resistance made the heavens pause. Your name was not just mentioned. It was whispered with a terrified reverence in the corridors of eternity. The atmospheric pressure you are feeling right now, that weight on your chest, do not mistake it for anxiety. That is the glory of God drawing near to validate what you did in secret. You are standing on the precipice of a new existence, but to cross over without collapsing under the weight of this new glory, you require a structure that can hold it. This is where the 3 keys to a prosperous life comes in. This is not just a collection of words, it is a trilogy. A comprehensive map designed specifically for the chosen who are ready to awaken to who they truly are. It is a guide to help you heal the invisible locks that have kept you cycling through the same patterns. And more importantly, it teaches you how to expand with stability. We often ask for abundance, but we rarely prepare our vessel to sustain it. This trilogy teaches you the art of receiving, sustaining, and multiplying without the shadow of guilt. Whether you prefer to absorb this wisdom through the written word in the ebook or immerse yourself in the experience through the audiobook, the tools are there. If you feel that pull in your spirit, that knowing that you are ready for the next step, I invite you to click the link in the pinned comment or description. It is available for a limited time as we move through this portal. Returning to the shift that is occurring right now, you must understand why the atmosphere around you has changed. God is, quite literally, impressed with you. Religion often teaches us that the Creator is scanning the earth looking for perfection, for a pristine performance. The mystical truth is that He is seeking authenticity. He was not moved by your public prayers or the facade of strength you present to your family or co-workers. What captured the attention of the Creator was your moment of absolute collapse. It was that moment where, despite the searing pain, you chose not to curse your fortune. That is the concept of Nistar, the divine concealment. When you forgave the person who did not deserve it, when you offered the little you had, even when you were terrified of running out, and when you worshipped in the middle of the void, it was recorded with forensic precision in the Akashic records of the sky. You thought you were being ignored, but you were being observed in high definition. However, the revelation that shakes the foundations of the spiritual realm today is this. What impressed God the most was not just your obedience, but your honest doubt. Cast your mind back 3 weeks. Do you remember when the silence of God felt deafening? You screamed out, asking where He was. You might have felt guilty for that outburst, but you did not commit a sin. You established intimacy. A faith that is too afraid to question is fragile, but a faith that wrestles with God in the dark and still refuses to let go is the faith of Israel, the faith that prevails. God saw that brutal honesty and signaled to the angels that this one is real. This one can carry the weight of the new mantle because they have been tested by the silence and did not fold. You were approved not because you were perfect, but because you persisted through the doubt. What begins to unfold from February 10th is not a continuation of your past chapters. It is an entirely new administration of your life. In the tribunals of glory, the sentence has been passed, and the command is simply to send you forth. You are not just receiving a blessing to make you comfortable, you are receiving a patent. You are being implanted into your sphere of influence as an agent of change. The approval you feel settling over you is not a trophy for your shelf. It is a weapon for the war. As we move through the next 40 days, there will be 5 unmistakable signs that you have shifted your spiritual clearance level. The first sign will be a supernatural peace in the midst of chaos. While the world around you seems to be vibrating with panic and uncertainty, you will begin to operate on the frequency of the eternal Shabbat. It is a calm so deep it will confuse your enemies and unsettle those who thrive on drama. They will look for your reaction, for your fear, and they will find only a stillness that reflects the divine. If you are already feeling the edges of this peace, take a moment to like this video, signaling that you are receiving this frequency. The second sign is unexpected divine favor. The law of assumption is beginning to work heavily in your favor, bending circumstances and influencing people to assist your purpose without any logical explanation. Doors that were welded shut will simply dissolve. This is not luck. This is the alignment of your reality with the decree issued in the heavens. Thirdly, you will notice the disorientation of the enemy. Those who have plotted against you, those who have spoken ill of your name in secret, will begin to stumble over their own traps. The light that you are now emanating blinds them. You won't even have to fight these battles. You will simply watch as the entropy of their own intentions consumes their plans. The fourth sign is an acceleration of resources. The energy of money and provision is aligning with your mission because the sky always finances what it commissions. You have worried about the how for too long. Now you will see the supply meet the demand of your destiny. And finally, the fifth sign is prophetic clarity. The fog is lifting. You will begin to know things before they happen. You will receive direct downloads from the divine mind, giving you strategies and insights that others cannot see. This is the ultimate advantage in the marketplace of life. But hear this warning, chosen one. With this great authority comes a calculated resistance. The enemy knows you have been upgraded. He will try to use ancient tactics to unsettle you. Expect attempts at isolation to make you feel rejected. Watch out for false opportunities designed solely to distract you from your primary purpose. Be aware of sudden friction in close relationships. Do not misinterpret this as defeat. It is the friction necessary to strike the match of your new destiny. Stand firm. The decree has been signed. If this message has confirmed what your spirit already knew, subscribe to the channel so we can continue to navigate this shift together. You are seen, you are approved, and now you are sent. The moment you step out of this realization, the atmosphere around you changes, not because the world has altered its spin, but because your gravity has shifted. You are no longer walking as a beggar seeking crumbs of validation from a system designed to keep you hungry. You are walking as an ambassador of a higher court, carrying the diplomatic immunity of heaven itself. This transition from seeking to being sent is the most dangerous and glorious crossover a human soul can make. It implies that you are no longer operating on your own timeline or your own resources. You have become a vessel for something far larger than your individual ambition. However, this state of being sent requires a profound re-education of your nervous system and your emotional baseline. You have spent years, perhaps decades, conditioned to react to the world, to react to bad news, to react to bills, to react to the opinions of others. Now you must learn to make the world react to you. This is not about arrogance, it is about resonance. The universe does not respond to what you want. It responds to who you are being, and right now you are being rewritten. To navigate this terrain without losing your footing, you need more than just a momentary feeling of inspiration. You need a codified map. This is precisely why I curated the 3 keys to a prosperous life. And it is not merely a collection of words, but a trilogy designed to act as a manual for this specific phase of your awakening. This ebook and audiobook set is the practical architecture for the chosen one who is ready to stop circling the mountain and start climbing it. It delivers a promise to help you dismantle the invisible trauma loops that have kept you playing small. teaching you how to awaken your true identity and expand with stability. We explore how to finally receive without the subconscious guilt that sabotages your harvest, how to sustain the blessings that come, and how to multiply your influence. If you are ready to engage with this deeper work, to heal the hidden latches on your potential, I invite you to explore the 3 keys to a prosperous life through the link in the pinned comment or description. It is a tool for those serious about the journey, available for you to read or listen to as you walk this path. As we return to the reality of your assignment, understand that the first challenge you will face upon being sent is the dissonance between your new internal reality and your old external circumstances. You may wake up tomorrow in the same house, with the same bank balance, facing the same people, yet you are entirely different. This gap is not a mistake, it is the delay of the mirror. Just as starlight takes time to reach the earth, the manifestation of your spiritual upgrade takes time to densify into the material plane. The mistake most people make is looking at the delay and calling it denial. Do not fall into this trap. The delay is simply the time required for the physical atoms of your life to rearrange themselves around your new frequency. During this interim period, your greatest discipline is silence. The ancient masters knew that power leaks through the mouth. When you prematurely announce your new status or your new vision to those who are committed to misunderstanding you, you dissipate the energy needed to birth it. You are in a gestation period. The seed has been planted, the decree signed, but the sprout has not yet broken the soil. Protect this silence fiercely. You will observe that as you hold this frequency of the sent one, the relationships around you will undergo a rigorous audit. This is often painful, but it is surgical. We often cling to people out of history rather than destiny. We hold on to connections because they witnessed our past, but many of them cannot withstand the voltage of our future. You may find that conversations which used to flow easily now feel stilted or draining. You may find that the presence of certain individuals brings a sudden onset of fatigue or confusion. This is your discernment coming online. Your spirit is detecting misalignment before your mind can rationalize it. Do not force connection where the spirit has ordained separation. There is a specific type of loneliness that comes with this level of elevation, but do not mistake it for abandonment. It is the solitude of the sanctuary. It is the clearing of the stage so that the new actors, those assigned to your next chapter, can make their entrance. If you have felt this sudden shifting in your social circle, if you have felt the pang of necessary goodbyes, know that it is a requisite part of the curriculum. Consider the mechanics of the acceleration of resources mentioned earlier. When we speak of the sky financing what it commissions, we are talking about a shift in your relationship with the energy of money. For too long, you have viewed resources as something you must hunt, something you must wrestle from the tight grip of a scarce world. The shift to being sent flips this dynamic. You become the magnet. But a magnet does not chase. A magnet sits in its authority and draws. This requires you to heal your relationship with receiving. Many chosen ones are excellent givers. They will give the shirt off their back, but they are terrible receivers. They deflect compliments, they feel guilty about abundance, and they subconsciously repel assistance. This is a trauma response. It is a belief that you must earn your existence through suffering. To walk in this new patent, you must become comfortable with being blessed. You must look at the unexpected check, the discount, the gift, not as a fluke, but as the natural byproduct of your alignment. When you reject a blessing, or when you receive it with suspicion, you are telling the universe that you are not a safe place for abundance to land. You must learn to say thank you without adding a but. The concept of prophetic clarity also brings with it a responsibility to act on imperfect information. The world demands certainty. It demands a 10-year plan with footnotes and guarantees. The Spirit, however, gives you a flashlight, not a floodlight. You will be given enough light for the next step, and only the next step. This is designed to keep you in a state of reliance. If you saw the whole path, you would likely be overwhelmed by the magnitude of it, or you would try to shortcut the process and miss the character development necessary to sustain the destination. Being sent means moving when you get the nudge, even if it doesn't make logical sense to the observers. It means launching the project, making the call, or walking away from the deal based on an internal knowing that defies the spreadsheet. This is the ultimate advantage in the marketplace we spoke of. While your competitors are analyzing data from the past, you are operating on intelligence from the future. This intuitive edge is what separates the hard-working from the highly favored. Furthermore, we must address the calculated resistance with a strategic mindset. The enemy, which we can understand as the force of entropy, the egoic resistance or spiritual opposition, studies your patterns. It knows your triggers. If you have a history of seeking validation, the resistance will come in the form of criticism. If you have a history of fear regarding security, the resistance will come in the form of an unexpected expense. These are not random bad days. They are customized exams. The universe is asking, have you really changed? Or are you just intellectually agreeing with a new concept? When the trigger comes, and it will, your victory lies in your non-reaction. The moment you refuse to engage with the old pattern, the moment you look at the chaos and remain in your eternal Shabbat, you break the cycle, you pass the test. The resistance loses its power because it no longer elicits the feed of your emotional energy. You starve the demon by feeding the destiny. This brings us to the daily maintenance of your sent status. It is not a one-time event, it is a lifestyle. You must curate your inputs with the same rigor that a museum curator selects art. What are you watching? What are you listening to? Who are you allowing to speak into your life? Your subconscious mind is the soil in which the decree is planted. If you are watching news that sells fear, listening to music that glorifies degradation, and engaging in gossip that lowers your vibration, you are poisoning the soil. You cannot expect a harvest of divine favor from a field sown with toxic waste. You must become ruthless about your environment. This might mean unfollowing certain accounts, turning off the news, or setting boundaries with family members who are committed to negativity. This is not being antisocial, it is being pro-destiny. You are guarding the gates of your temple. As you walk this out, you will begin to notice the phenomenon of time warping. When you are in alignment, time seems to behave differently. You accomplish in hours what used to take days. Opportunities that would normally take years to mature suddenly ripen in weeks. This is the collapsing of timelines. It happens because you have stopped resisting the flow of your own life. Resistance creates friction, and friction slows down momentum. By surrendering to the assignment, by accepting that you are sent, you remove the friction. You enter the slipstream of grace. In this state, hard work changes its definition. It is no longer toil, it is inspired action. You are still expending energy, perhaps more than ever, but it regenerates you rather than depleting you. You finish the day tired but fulfilled, not drained and resentful. This is a key indicator that you are on the right path. Let us deepen the understanding of the desorientation of the enemy. When you walk in high integrity and high authority, your light acts as a disinfectant. Darkness cannot comprehend light. It can only flee from it or try to extinguish it. When people who operate in deception or manipulation encounter you, they will become uncomfortable. They may lash out, they may try to gaslight you, or they may simply avoid you. Do not take this personally. Your frequency is irritating their demons. You do not need to expose them. Your presence exposes them. You do not need to argue your truth. Your life is the argument. There is a profound power in letting people be wrong about you. Let them tell their stories. Let them paint you as the villain in their narrative if it helps them sleep. You have a patent to execute, and you do not have time to set the record straight in the court of public opinion. The only court that matters has already ruled in your favor. There is also a physical component to this shift that is rarely discussed. As your spiritual clearance level increases, your body may go through a period of detoxification. You might feel sudden waves of fatigue as your nervous system upgrades to handle more voltage. You might find your dietary preferences changing, craving lighter, more vibrant foods, and rejecting the heavy, processed substances you used to tolerate. Listen to your body. It is the vehicle for your assignment. The sent one treats their body not as a billboard for vanity, but as a high-performance instrument. Rest becomes a spiritual discipline. Hydration becomes a holy act. You are housing a massive purpose, and the vessel must be reinforced to carry the weight of the glory that is coming. If you ignore the physical vessel, you risk burning out just as the door opens. One of the most subtle traps you will encounter is the temptation of the good opportunity that is not the God opportunity. As you gain momentum, doors will open that look appealing. They will offer money, prestige, or visibility. But if they do not align with the specific mandate you have been given, they are distractions. The enemy often uses good things to keep you from the best things. This requires a terrifying level of trust in your internal guidance system. You must be willing to say no to things that everyone else would say yes to, simply because you know it is not your assignment. This is the discipline of the sniper. You are not spraying bullets at every target. You are waiting for the one shot that shifts the war. This discernment is what protects your energy from being fragmented. As you integrate this reality, remember that you are also breaking generational curses. The resistance you feel is not just your own, it is the accumulated inertia of your lineage. You are the one who has decided to pivot the entire family line. You are the one saying, the trauma stops with me, the poverty stops with me, the addiction stops with me. This is heavy lifting. It is why you sometimes feel a weight that seems disproportionate to your current situation. You are carrying the accumulated grief of your ancestors and transmuting it into light. This is noble work. It is the work of a savior in their own microcosm. Do not belittle the struggle. Honor it. You are doing what those before you could not or would not do. And because you are doing this, the blessings that flow to you will not just stop with you. They will flow down to your children and your children's children. You are establishing a new baseline for your bloodline. The concept of unexpected divine favor also implies that you must be ready to move. Favor is kinetic. It is movement. When the phone rings, when the idea drops, when the person introduces themselves, you must engage. Passive waiting is not faith. It is fear, disguised as piety. Active waiting means your bags are packed. It means your skills are sharp. It means you are preparing for the rain even while the sky is blue. If you are asking for a promotion, are you dressing for the position you have or the one you want? If you are asking for a spouse, is your home ready to receive another person? If you are asking for wealth, are your accounts organized? Preparation is the highest form of faith. It signals to the universe that you believe the decree is real. We must also touch upon the nature of prophetic clarity in relation to fear. Clarity does not eliminate fear. It overrides it. You will still feel the biological sensation of fear, the racing heart, the sweaty palms. This is just your biology trying to keep you safe in the cave. But clarity gives you a reason to step out of the cave despite the biology. It gives you a why that is bigger than your what if. You will learn to act while afraid. You will learn that courage is not the absence of fear, but the judgment that the assignment is more important than the fear. Every time you push through that membrane of terror, you expand your territory. You realize that the fear was a hologram, a smokescreen designed to guard the treasure. The greatest treasures of your life are hidden directly behind your greatest fears. In this season of being sent, your words become containers of power. You can no longer afford the luxury of self-deprecation. You can no longer joke about being broke, sick, or confused. Your subconscious mind does not have a sense of humor. It takes every word as a command. When you say, "I'm dying," it begins to shut down systems. When you say, "I can't afford it," it stops looking for solutions. You must become the guardian of your tongue. Speak what you want to see, not what you currently see. This is not delusion, this is creation. You are aligning your speech with the decree. You are speaking the language of the patent you have been given. If you catch yourself slipping into negative confession, cancel it immediately. Say, "I revoke that. That is not my truth." Restate the truth. Retrain your tongue to be a rudder that steers your ship toward the harbor of your destiny, not back into the storm. Consider the desorientation of the enemy in the context of your workplace or industry. You may see systems crumbling, leaders being exposed, or established structures failing. Do not panic. This is the shaking that makes room for your rising. The old guard must fall for the new guard to enter. When you see chaos in the macro, know that it is preparing a vacuum for you to fill. You are the solution to the problems that are currently being exposed. Stay calm. Keep building your ark. While they are panicking about the flood, you will be floating on the waters of change. Your stability in times of instability will be your greatest marketing asset. People follow peace. If you have the peace that passes understanding, you become a lighthouse in a blackout. Everyone will want to know your secret, and your secret is simply that you are anchored in a different dimension. The supernatural peace, mentioned as the first sign, is also a weapon of warfare. When you refuse to be offended, you disarm the aggressor. When you refuse to worry, you disarm the spirit of poverty. Peace is not passive, it is an active force field. It repels negativity. It creates an atmosphere where miracles can happen. Miracles rarely happen in an atmosphere of anxiety. Anxiety is static. It blocks the signal. Peace is the clear channel. By maintaining your peace, you are keeping the landing strip open for the supply planes of heaven. This is why the enemy tries so hard to steal your peace. He doesn't just want you upset. He wants you disconnected. Guard your peace as if your life depends on it, because the quality of your life absolutely does. As you move forward, you will also notice that your capacity for empathy deepens, yet your tolerance for drama disappears. You will see people's pain more clearly, but you will also see when they are addicted to their pain. You will offer a hand up, but you will not offer a handout that enables their stagnation. This is the balance of compassion and wisdom. You are called to be a light, not a crutch. You are sent to demonstrate what is possible, not to carry everyone else's baggage. Some people are not ready to be healed, they just want to be heard. Discern the difference. Do not cast your pearls before swine, lest they trample them and tear you to pieces. This is a hard saying, but it is necessary for the preservation of the sent one. There is a rhythm to this new life, a cadence of grace. You will learn to ebb and flow with the seasons of the Spirit. There will be times of high activity, of acceleration of resources, where you are running and building and launching. And there will be times of winter, of hiddenness, where you are resting and root building. Do not judge the winter by the standards of the summer. Both are necessary. If you try to harvest in winter, you will only find frustration. If you try to sleep in harvest, you will find poverty. The prophetic clarity will give you the wisdom to know what time it is. It will tell you when to push and when to pause. Trust this rhythm. It is the heartbeat of the divine playing out through your life. Finally, understand that being sent is not a destination. It is a continual departure. You will be sent to new levels, new territories, new understandings. Every time you think you have arrived, the horizon will expand. This is the adventure of the eternal soul. Do not look for a place to park, look for the fuel to keep going. The patent you have received is valid for all nations, all realms, all situations. You are covered, You are backed, you are resourced. The only variable left is your willingness to keep walking when the path is foggy. But remember, the fog is lifting. The sun is breaking through. The signs are following you. You are not just a survivor of the battle. You are the commander of the future. Walk like it, speak like it, live like it. Now, as we pivot into the practical application of this energy, we must examine the concept of the wilderness versus the promised land, not as physical locations, but as states of mind that you can inhabit simultaneously. It is possible to be physically in a palace, but mentally in a prison. Conversely, it is possible to be in a prison cell, like Joseph or Paul, and be spiritually governing nations. The transition you are making is primarily mental. The wilderness is the mindset of lack, of not enough, of constant survival mode where you are waiting for manna to fall. The promised land is the mindset of stewardship, of cultivation, where you plant vineyards and dig wells. The difference is ownership. In the wilderness, you are a wanderer. In the promised land, you are an owner. The decree has given you the deed, but your mind must occupy the land. This mental occupation requires you to retrain your reticular activating system, RAS. This is the biological filter in your brain that decides what information to let in and what